Coming up next, the Pacers taking on the Pistons. For the Pacers, they start their season off in front of a raucous home crowd. They are amped up and ready to tip things off right. Pistons, Pacers, up next. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Indiana. On Friday, they'll head out on the road to face the Kings in Sacramento. Then on Saturday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Derrick Rose. And it's Brown in at the small forward position. And for the Pacers, Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. And it's Lamb in at the 3 slot. Well, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason, and the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Now here's Rose. Pass to Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jackson with it. Ogden picks him up. Shot from the wing. They get it back. Drummond. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
That one is off. And he sinks the second.
And a finalist for Coach of the Year in 2019, Nate McMillan passing 600 wins last season.
Well, you think about that. That's an impressive milestone for an outstanding coach in Nate McMillan. He moved into the top 25 all-time in wins. He's had 2 other stops as a head coach, Portland and Seattle, and I think he's doing some of his best work with the Pacers.
Now here's Jackson. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Griffin against Warren, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And I like the timing, Kevin, that Drummond has on these alley-oops. That's not as easy as he makes it look. He knows precisely when to leave the ground to receive the pass and finish it off.
Now here's Oladipo. Griffin with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. There's the pass to Drummond. And Oladipo pulls it down. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. It's a 3-point game. Brown the pass to Jackson. To the left wing. Left side, Griffin. Good work defensively by Turner. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Pistons on top. They lead by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Guys, what do you think so far from what we've seen from the Pistons?
what we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort, defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And here are the Pacers now. They trail by 3. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Detroit, Doumbouya is out there with Kennard. Then there's Frazier. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Galloway in at the 2-guard spot.
You know, what a great job Nate McMillan has done since taking over as head coach, leading Indiana to 3 straight postseasons, and the style of play with which the team has played with, a credit to him and his staff.
And good that time.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Frazier the pass to Morris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to go on Sabonis. And a big part of McMillan's success, getting his guys, Clark, to play hard for him every night.
And I think you're right, because this team gets the most out of itself. It's one thing to assemble talent. It's another to bring people together so they're playing for each other. And these guys do that night in and night out.
First free throw is good. And Morris drops them both. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Sabonis, the pass to Bitadze. Clock at 6. And Brogdon, here we go. Goes back up, and Sabonis lays it up and in.
Oh, I love the aggressive nature with which Sabonis offensive rebounds. He hustles, he's got great energy, but he's also pretty skilled. And you saw all of that right there.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Sabonis is not only very strong, he's extremely crafty around the basket, too. Plays with great instincts inside.
On the wing, Morris. Sabonis grabs the board.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pistons lead by 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
They played aggressive, lockdown defense. That was the main difference in the first half. Because when you come out and establish that you're going to play physical, that sets the tone for the rest of the game. On top of that, I think they showed more energy, outworking and out-hustling.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, on offense, I like to see them play inside out more. attack the basket, generate easy points. And then once the defense collapses, kick it out to the perimeter for open looks. Trust me, I know. Rick Fox, Big Shot Bob, that's all we did.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds. But that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. And it's Lamb in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Shot clock at 6. Here's Warren. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Rose finds Jackson. Here's Brown. Here's Drummond. 5 points in the game. From deep, Rose. Doesn't go for him. So Indiana will take it the other way.
Pick up the pace, get the 2-for-1 here.
That's the way to go. Be quick about it.
Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. It's going to be Warren shooting. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. The Pacers shooting their first free throw tonight. Some changes for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Turner. Leaf comes in for Jeremy Lamb. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. Then for the Pistons, Kennard, he's checked in for Brown. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Derrick Rose. And that one misses. The Pistons trailing. Galloway, the pass to Drummond. 2 points. That one goes. Drummond's got 7 points in the game.
And, you know, Drummond has no problem playing through contact. He excels at using that strong body of his to fight through contact and finish.
Now Oladipo. No points in the game yet for him. On the wing, Holiday. Here's Sabonis. No good on the last second attempt there. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's Detroit leading by just 1. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this 4th quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court for the Pistons. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Then there's Doumbouya, and it's Galloway in at the point guard position. Now here's Griffin. And he uses the glass on the layup. Griffin's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
14 feet away, and there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo. Oladipo's got his first bucket of the night. Here's Galloway. Pass to Griffin. Griffin draws the double. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Over in the corner, Warren. Oladipo taking his time here. Off target with his 3. And it's Detroit's ball. They lead by 1. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're down by 3. There's 48 seconds left in the 4th. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on Nate McMillan talking to his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game. He wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. There's Sabonis. Good!
Timeout. And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They trail by 1. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And we call those ATOs, or plays run after a timeout. They often make the difference in a game.
There's 18 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And here's Griffin. To win the game. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. So a close game sees Indiana take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.